Cancer, this is your forecast for September 2017. We've got a lot going on now in your financial area of your chart. We got Mercury, Venus, Mars, so that is you getting all your ducks in a row. You might be extra focused on how you make your money, what monies do come in, but not only that, you can improve it, but there could also be extra expenses coming up as these planets are moving through this area. Mercury is currently retrograde when we start off the month, but will go direct on September 5th, which is great. So it's going to start picking up speed for the rest of the month as it moves through your area of the second house. Venus and Mars, though, Mars comes to this area to help you get that extra energy, that push that you need to really focus on maybe looking at your receipts and so forth, or doing paperwork, or looking at how you can increase your income in other supplementary ways as well. But it could also just be that you might get the raise you've been hoping for, looking for, getting that promotion, because Mars is also here aspecting your Uranus in the 10th house of career. Venus wants to renew, and so whether that is for you personally, renewing wardrobe and so forth, or things to the home, you can see that could be where some of the expenses are going. But basically, it's a month where you're feeling really, really good because you're on a roll with this. Venus helps you every once a year when it transits through this area. And remember, Mars, like I said, every 2 years to get things up and running and renewed. The sun is cruising through your third house in September, and third house has always a lot to do with communication and who we communicate with in our closer community, that is neighbors and so forth, but it also rules siblings, and so for that reason you can come to spend more time with your siblings. And the new moon also on September 20th will be 27 degrees in this area, starting new beginnings, and also maybe some travel for those of you who are having a little maybe late vacation could come to see how this is going to come forward. And think about that solar new moon eclipse that we had August 21st is going to bring to you some of the influence already now, and this would be the area that you can come to experience it in. Speaking of the moons, let's also mention that full moon. September 6th, sorry, 13 degrees in Pisces. So for you, it is really well aligned to your sun, being Cancer. It is for you in your 9th house. So again, we have travel. This would be more long distance, whereas your third house would be short distance, like a day trip or just a weekend getaway. So travel could really be a big part of September for you, whether you're going to be going or maybe you might be receiving visitors from out of town or out of state. Now this full moon is very closely aligned to Neptune, and so that's your hopes, it's your dreams, it's your spirituality. Many of you might feel that you want to take on a new study because the 9th house is all about research, it's about higher education. Neptune implies that it could have to do with some sort of spirituality, whether that is religious to the paranormal, right? But Neptune also rules creativity, so you might find yourself feeling extra creative here on the 9th. So we have Mars will be moving out of your, out of your financial, but into your third house, September 5th. That's the same day Mercury goes direct. So we got two things coming up on the 5th. The third house, again, has to do with short distance travel, has to do with siblings, interacting with neighbors, and so forth. But anything that has to do with communication. That could be, say, if you're writing or you journal or you're going to give a presentation, you could come to see how that could work for you as well, as Mars is now doing a fantastic job throughout the rest of the month in doing exactly that. It's your energy that's focused on getting some kind of message across. Venus will be moving into that same area, but not before September 19th. So you have onto the 19th to get all your financial interests, all your ducks in a row, so to speak, before you now head into this area, joining up with Mars, which has already been there since the 5th. So together, Venus and Mars, 3rd house, well, you're going to be talking a lot about love, or also sharing your insights with your loved one and having a lot of fun. It's a romantic month in that sense, so great going for you, Cancer. We have here on the top of the month, but before I start that, I do want to mention that I have created for you this month, September, and we'll at least go with the September month so you can check it out. You can find it here on the I button, the information button, but it's a full calendar, and you'll see the calendar where I go through day by day all the aspects there of the lunar aspects, because when we do these monthly forecasts, I only go to the major aspects, like the planets, between the planets. There would be way too many to list if I was going to do all the lunar ones as well. So it gives you more a sense and a feel of what the oncoming day is going to feel like, how we respond with the moon, right? And that is your ruler, so I think you will really appreciate it. So what you could easily find it, reference to how's tomorrow looking like, right? What aspects do the moon have? And the moon is not just how you're feeling, but it's also how you're going to be reacting to situations. So that will be more so a day-to-day chart. You'll can find it there, or you can also just look it up on my YouTube page, or also look Astrology September 2017, the calendar. And I think you'll enjoy that. But starting off the month, we got Mars. Mars, which now here is in your 2nd house for money, right? It has a wonderful aspect to Uranus. So when Uranus is positively aspected, we get the wild card, the oh my God, there is some great news, unexpectedly so could be. And it's going to bump you up here looking at your, not just your financial situation, but with your career. So I feel that some of you, if you've been looking for a new job, this could be it. If you are having an interview, this could be it. If you are having a promotion, looking for a promotion, this could be the day that you will have news of it. It's really dynamic, and it is going to influence you and your income. On this 3rd, we get Mercury, which still is retrograde. It's conjunct Mars, though, in that 2nd house. So get the information that you're wanting to acquire, but try to not sign anything yet. Give it a couple of more days till after the 5th, when Mercury goes direct again. Not only that, but on the 5th, we have Mars moving direct as well. Much better time to do any of those new initiations anytime after the 5th, but because of news that have come in, you might want to jump, you know, and get up and running because of Mars's getting all that energy there from Uranus, right? But since the retrograde, we just want to be patient, just a couple of days to after the 5th. On the 9th, however, though, the Sun, which is you, and it is in that 3rd house of communication, beautifully aligned to Saturn. Now, Saturn will always want to anchor in, secure you, and the things that you're doing. Saturn for you is in that 6th house of day-to-day routine, but also your work, not necessarily your career per se, but how you work and how you interact with your co-workers. So when we have Venus, Venus and Saturn coming together, I feel this is a time when you can really balance, do the work, accomplish it, but do it also with joy, with happiness. Not like, oh my God, I have to get this done. That's more Saturn being on the heavy side. I have to. When Venus is here, beautiful aspect, it's like I want to, right? You're having joy, you're really bringing out, you're feeling good, the power is with you, so you can accomplish a whole lot here with Venus-Saturn on the 12th. Then we have a little bit on the 15th, which will add to it, which is joy, happiness, love, romance, and with Jupiter, which wants to expand everything. Jupiter is enthusiastic and optimistic. This is coming from the area of your home, your foundation, Venus being love and romance. I mean, this is a day to get engaged, to get married, move your home or redecorate, upgrade your home, that kind of thing, where you're just feeling that there is a lot taking place, which is not just beautiful, it is beautifying, because Venus is there, and Venus in the second house of expenses. You might be purchasing a new piece of furniture. Jupiter might want to be putting that money towards expanding, adding on something to your home. For those of you who are moving, you're going to be totally thrilled this month because you're going to be feeling it. On the 16th, I can see how you're really kicking into action, Cancer. Your communication skills, mental skills today, they're really up on top, and Mars is all about action. So I could see communication and action coming together, kicking in, getting a lot accomplished, especially with papers, documents, and those things as well. If you're giving a presentation, needing to do anything in that respect, you could do so. Mars has moved into this area at this time of your communication house, and Mercury is there too, so that's a double whammy. So if you're giving a presentation, you'll be very successful in doing so. And the 17th, here we go, another surprise date to circle on your calendar. That is Venus. Love and romance, or the things that we love and appreciate, what tickles our heart, is coming in from your goals, the area of your goals. And so I feel that this could be a definite time where maybe you're going to get that gift, the unexpected gift of money. Venus is finalizing its tour through your income area. Just 2 days from now, on the 19th, it's going to move into the third house, accompanying the Sun and Mars, which is there at Mercury. So whatever you've been working on since there in August, well, here comes the completion of it on the 17th. So, but there's a little surprise connected to it since Uranus is there. On the 19th, just be a little careful for somebody maybe suggesting something that might sound a little too good to be true. It feels like it has this magnetic pull on you, but it is when Mercury and Neptune are in opposition. You know, if it feels too good to be true, I would say don't act on anything quite yet, just due to what's happening in this oncoming week. On the 22nd, you might start doing some research on it, as Mercury is going to be empowered by Pluto. But that could also be information coming to you that's trying to empower what sounds good, where your hopes and visions are kind of like triggered. But for the rest of the month, I'm feeling these oppositions, you're going to have opposition between Mars and Neptune. Again, there could be a delusion or a manipulation of something that sounds too good, something that's not clear. Neptune, when it's not positively aspected, it gets a little muddled. And on the 27th, Jupiter, your sense of judgment, but also enthusiasm, right? Optimism is also in opposition, this time to Uranus, that can bring unexpected change. And then on the 29th, Venus is also opposed Neptune. So something that we were hoping that sounded good, whatnot, here we go again, this muddled Neptune. So I would say anything from the 19th straight throughout the rest of the month, I wouldn't really start anything, even though Mercury is direct, right? It's just these oppositions. We have to really be on top of ourselves to know how to judge, how to determine what is real, what could be an illusion. Neptune really turns into an illusion instead of clear viewed insights of spiritual nature when Neptune is resonating on a higher frequency. The lower frequencies, there could be scams, right? And we could all get scammed of something that really sounds great and then it's not. So I'm just looking out for you here. And so you could still do your research. If you're feeling good about it, you know, and you found the research which is important to you, by all means, October will be much better to make that decision. So, and this is not just for you, Cancer. This is for everyone. These are the aspects that no matter what sign we are, we're all going to get this internationally. So there could also be international tug of wars. I'm kind of thinking Neptune also rules chemicals and whatnot, and we've got the whole thing with Kim going on over there in Korea, so there could be something of that nature. But, you know, on a personal level, what's taking place from the top of the month down to this period, it's all great. I feel the sense of renewal, hope, joy, and so forth is really resonating with you. So listen, this is what I had for you, Cancer, this month. So go check out your day-to-day calendar here. Anytime you feel that you have a need to know what's happening today or tomorrow, you will have it day by day, straight throughout the month. And I will see you in October. Bye now.